So guys, another quick update. I've just done a 10% water change on the 60 gallon cube. Had a bit of a move around with the aquascape while I vacuumed all the sand, cleaned all four sides of the glass, front, the two sides and the rear, and give everything a good vacuum out. Quite a fair bit of detritus from the sand at the bottom into the 20 gallons I pulled out, so that'll be beneficial, keeping everything nice and tidy. Yeah, so all in all, still going really well, no diatoms. The filtration underneath, as I've pointed out before, is doing a great job. You can see the protein skimmers pulling a fair bit of stuff out of there. Filter roller's doing a great job. We'll go through a few filter rolls, and this will be, I reckon I'll probably get a month, maybe a month and a half out of a filter roll. So yeah, all in all, it's looking okay. I'm looking to put a few more corals in here and get rid of the Kenyan tree coral. That was a bit of a mistake. It's actually growing like the clappers. It was tiny. It's not as big as it normally is. It's growing really quickly. Everything's slightly shrunk because of the water change. Euphyllia is normally twice the size of that, and the Duncan's closed up a little bit, but yeah, everything's out and about. Yes, try and show you the side view of the cube and show you what I mean with regards to moving the island, which is one complete formation of rock in the centre. Move that forward so there's plenty of space at the rear, so it is completely an island, and the plan is from that shelf on the other side to this little shelf down the back. I'm going to create another piece of rock that will span across the two, and we can get some more acropora and things growing at the back. The idea has always been to be able to lift the main structure out if they ever need to. Obviously the little bits are quite easy to take out, but the main structure being one lump, it probably weighs about 15 kilos at the moment, probably a bit more wet. It is doable, it's liftable out the top of the tank, but anything else placed on top of there, like a piece on the back here, will have to be placed on in such a way that I can move that first and then move the rest out if I need to, that is. There's no real need that I can see that I'm going to be moving it, but just on the off chance that we have an emergency, it'll be fairly easy to maintain. So at the moment the tank's pretty easy to maintain. We've had a few fluctuations in temperature, hence the little cooling fan on top. It's gone up to 80 degrees a few times, which I don't really want it going up that high. I'd prefer to keep it about 25°C, about 75 if I can. Not too many problems to report. Like I say, within the first 3 weeks from the diatoms in the silicates in the sand, I had a slight bit of tinging on the sand and a bit on the rocks that I was able to blow off with a turkey baster. So the maintenance really on this tank at the moment now is probably 2 times a week, clean the front and the two sides with a magnet filter, and clean the back with a scraper, blow anything that's settled on the rocks off so it goes to the bottom, and let the snails that at the moment are all buried in the sand, and the shrimps that are hiding somewhere in the cave, have a mess around with that and clean that up. And then the 2 weekly 10% water change, which is, it's about 20 litres really, just 19-20 litres out in one bucket, siphoned out, and a new mix in another bucket. But yeah, so all in all, maturity wise, it's still a very young tank. This, even with maturing everything outside the tank, we're looking at probably coming up to around 10 weeks now, so 2.5 months. So it's still a very young tank. There could be some alterations or fluctuations in the stats, but at the moment everything is super stable. Just trying to get one of the shrimps under the rocks there. I don't know if we can actually see him with this zoom on this. Anyway, yeah, Ras is doing a good job. He likes plenty of chopped mussels and meaty foods now and again, but he's a bit of a pig. He tends to gorge himself a bit, get a bit on the fat side, and then within 4 or 5 hours he's okay again, but he's a bit of a pig. So I'm just keeping him happy so he doesn't nibble in the zoanthids, which are mostly closed up at the moment since the water changed a few of them out. But I'm sure within a few hours everything will be back to normal. Anyway, yep, I'm going to keep you posted, and I'll keep a sort of video vlog diary of how this tank goes. I'm guessing within 6 to 8 months it's going to look totally different once these corals start to expand and grow. and with that in mind, I've got to make sure that I keep everything proportionate so I can keep to my original plan of a super clean tank with lots of nice corals in. So I'll leave it here, guys. Let's say subscribe if you want to see the journey of this tank. I've been reef keeping for many years, but I've had a long hiatus of about 10 years where I've not kept anything. It's much more easy, or easier I should say, in this day and age. All the Wi-Fi control things. You can see we've got a cupboard full of stuff here with all Wi-Fi controllers, pump surge controllers, etc., and all the gubbins and junk to maintain the tank. Tropic Marine all-in-one seems to be working okay. That's about 10-15 mil a day dosed into the tank. And the only thing I haven't got at the moment is a doser, so next on the agenda is a doser, so I can get that 10 or 15 mil in, dripped slowly over the day instead of putting it in one hit, and having any detrimental effect to the more sensitive corals. Anyway, guys, thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll carry you on my journey with me. Thanks for watching.